Hi, I'm Carlos Lopez. I'm a candidate for Senate District 35 here in Southern Colorado, and I'm here with Councilmember Rusty Goodall from Trinidad City Council at the Purgatory Cafe, and we're just going to have a segment that we're calling Coffee with Carlos. Get with locals to find out what they have concerns about in Southern Colorado and how legislation can be effective here for us. So, Mr. Goodall, thank you for taking the time to be here. And one of my questions I have for you is, what are some of your major concerns for Southern Colorado?
So I think one of our major concerns that we rank number one per capita in the state is with our opioid crisis. The lack of facilities to treat the opioid crisis, and what goes hand in hand with that, I think, is the lack of facilities for mental illnesses down here. I mean, it's something that has personally affected me and my family. My nephew is diagnosed bipolar, and he goes into our local treatment facility here, and he talks to a doctor on a screen and no one-on-one. And then we go back to the opioid side. Just 5 weeks ago, I attended a funeral with my 11 and 12-year-old granddaughter and my 13-year-old grandson to bury their father. He had OD'd on fentanyl. And so, it's something that has touched me and affected me personally, but it has affected a lot of people in this community when we have addicts detoxing in jail because there's no facilities. Coming out of jail ODing is quite a strain on our system here. So I would say that's probably ranks number one on my concerns for our community. Is the opioid crisis.
Okay. What are some other concerns that you have? I'm sure there's more than just one.
Well, there is, of course, when it goes across the whole state, we're dealing with transient homeless issues. And I know this is something that's always been on your mind, trying to get the separation between that and permanent supportive housing, which was a program I totally supported, but really wasn't picked up ground here in Trinidad, that I think would be something we could really use. We need some sort of shelters with the ACLU getting on board to making sure rights aren't infringed upon. It looks like the direction we're going is, if you have enough beds in shelters, they're allowing a little more legislation to try to help control this. We need to have some sort of legislation that it gives us a little more teeth to deal with this. And nobody knows what that answer is. And I think, it's something that you're going to be dealing with if elected, is the whole state's dealing with it.
Right. I mean, everyone's moving to Colorado right now. So as a result, we get the affluent and then those who are less desirable as well because of our quality of life, recreational capabilities, easy access to Medicaid, and also we have legal marijuana, and that really helps out for a lot of things here in our community, but it also brings in a lot of other people that are sometimes, not quite as vulnerable as others, but we definitely have that discussion to come forward. Second question, right? How do you feel about our current legislation's effects on Trinidad and how it's able to make you make decisions with your government?
Well, I think in Trinidad, we're very fortunate right now. It don't matter where I go in my capacity, everyone wants to talk about Trinidad. It went from Governor Hickenlooper, and it's continued with Governor Polis, that everyone's taken a big interest in Trinidad. So we're finally seeing money filtered out of the Denver metro area into rural Colorado, especially Trinidad, to help with the tourism, the new state park. So I think we're very fortunate right now with our legislators keeping an eye on Trinidad and new programs, money being put out there to help us. But I still see, wasteful spending by some of our legislators. And I'm all for free school and everything else. This is something we already had here. Money could be very well spent in other areas other than some of the programs they're putting out.
Okay, so better financial stewardship
Yes.
would be the way to go with that.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is probably we can have more accountability and a better registered manner, so that way we can be accountable. When we were together on city council, we had, Excel spreadsheets to show people how we were spending specific tax dollars and how it was being implemented for a new marijuana tax.
Yes.
I think that might be something we could do on a macro scale like we do here on a micro scale.
Yes.
So maybe that would be something that we can put our heads together, because 2 is better than 1 and more is better than few, and hopefully that's something we can get done.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, definitely. So my last question for you is just, how do you feel things are going right now, and if improvements are needed, what do you think would be a good start?
Well, I think, we're looking at, I think there are 9 major welcome centers into the state of Colorado. Or there was 10, now there's only 9 because Trinidad lost theirs. When you look at Trinidad as the gateway from the south and the east into Colorado, we've got to do something and find a way to get a welcome center back into Trinidad. I think it'd be very beneficial and helpful for us to have a place here where people can stop, because they're just bypassing Trinidad going somewhere else. I think as an elected legislator, it'd be something I would hope you could work on to help us make happen again in Trinidad. I think that'd be very important, because after all, we are the gateway from the south. When you look at the Texas license plates, Oklahoma, everything else, they all come through here.
Yeah, we have the interstate.
Yeah, we do. One of the problems I'm seeing coming, because with the survey that we did with Fisher's Peak opening up and the big push to get it open, when they're estimating 50,000 people on the low end to 100,000 people coming through Trinidad, and you look at our interstate, our excess off exit 11, our excess in and out of the park at exit 8. We really need some work done on this end of the state on our interstate. We need to make Trinidad much more and easier accessible and more safe. It's gonna be, what's the good word for it that I can actually say? It's gonna be a mess.
Better interstate infrastructure,
Yes.
especially with the new state park that's coming.
Correct.
So, yeah. Well, I want to say thank you very much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Again, Councilmember Rusty Goodall here in the city of Trinidad, Colorado, for Coffee with Carlos here at the Purgatory Cafe.
Good luck, Carlos. It was a pleasure serving with you on council. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you'll be representing our district in the near future.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Rusty Goodall.